Sajjan Kumar, beginning with you, it's Sankalp Patra, NDA Sankalp Patra versus Tejasvi Pran Patra. How do you look at the juxtaposition and also the messaging that is coming out from both the camps right now, 6 days to go for the elections?
Yes, precisely. When you see the Gathbandhan Sankalp Patra, it's Tejasvi Sankalp Patra, it's the strong coming back of Tejasvi. Tejasvi was almost subservient to Congress-led narrative around vote Adhikar Yatra, vote Chori, SIR, etc. Made a comeback, so much so that he brought the entire manifesto of Gathbandhan around his own vision of, be it about employment, be it about women-centric other promises, and wherein SIR did not find a mention even. You know, on the other hand, when you see this NDA manifesto, therein still centrality of Nitish Kumar, which is very much there on the ground, as you mentioned, that can you make Nitish Kumar dispensable? The answer is no, right? But somehow on the manifesto, you find the synchronization of every policy that NDA collectively represents. So you find a synchronization around the issues of women, around EBCs. You find some sort of a chemistry already happening. But as far as you see the obvious, unambiguous projection of Nitish has been projected, you do not find that happening in that manifesto. So yes, the kind of chemistry that we were expecting from NDA, which was there.
Then the question would be that why is it that the NDA is being so cautious or perhaps ambiguous in not saying the obvious, that Nitish Kumar will be the chief minister? They are saying Netritva mein chunav, but they are not saying Sarkar ka Netritva.
That's certainly puzzling, because if you see the pulse on the ground, this election is not just about Nitish Kumar. Nitish Kumar is the biggest anchor of NDA. Tomorrow, and certainly we are witnessing, despite every permutation and combination.
Your audio. In the meanwhile, let's listen in to what Samrat Chaudhary said post the unveiling of the manifesto, and then Preeti will take a question with Amitabh Tiwari.
हर युवा को नौकरी और रोजगार देना, 1 करोड़ से अधिक सरकारी नौकरी, रोजगार प्रदान करना, कौशल विकास करना और हर जिले में मेगा स्किल सेंटर से बिहार को ग्लोबल स्किलिंग सेंटर के माध्यम से के रूप में स्थापित करना। बिहार के युवा दुनिया के हर कोने में जा सके, दुनिया में जहां भी बिहार के युवा की जरूरत हो, उसके लिए ग्लोबल स्किलिंग सेंटर के माध्यम से हम लोग भेजने का काम करेंगे। दूसरा, महिला समृद्धि और आत्मनिर्भरता। मुख्यमंत्री महिला रोजगार योजना के अंतर्गत महिलाओं को 2 लाख तक की सहायता राशि सरकार देगी और 1 करोड़ महिलाओं को लखपति दीदी बनाने का काम बिहार की सरकार, बिहार एनडीए का संकल्प पत्र हम लोगों ने रखा है। हर युवा को नौकरी और रोजगार देना, 1 करोड़ से अधिक सरकारी नौकरी, रोजगार प्रदान करना, कौशल विकास करना और हर जिले में मेगा स्किल सेंटर से बिहार को ग्लोबल स्किलिंग सेंटर के माध्यम से के रूप में स्थापित करना। बिहार के युवा दुनिया के हर कोने में जा सके, दुनिया में जहां भी बिहार के युवा की जरूरत हो, उसके लिए ग्लोबल स्किलिंग सेंटर के माध्यम से हम लोग भेजने का काम करेंगे। दूसरा, महिला समृद्धि और आत्मनिर्भरता। मुख्यमंत्री महिला रोजगार योजना के अंतर्गत महिलाओं को 2 लाख तक की सहायता राशि सरकार देगी और 1 करोड़ महिलाओं को लखपति दीदी बनाने का काम बिहार की सरकार, बिहार एनडीए का संकल्प पत्र हम लोगों ने रखा है।
All right, let's cut across to Amitabh Tiwari right now. Amitabh Tiwari, for somebody who's followed Bihar for so long, you know very well Bihar is a personality cult contest where you look at, those who've dominated the landscape of Bihar till now. The sheer fact that this is not a Madhya Pradesh, this is not a Rajasthan. You need to be very clear where messaging of leadership is concerned, especially where your alliance comes into question, Amitabh Tiwari. Do you think it's strategy by the BJP, or do you think that this will cost the BJP because not putting your weight completely behind Nitish Kumar as the chief ministerial face might send very wrong messages, especially to the dyed-in-wool constituency of Nitish Kumar?
Okay. So there are now two constituencies. One is of BJP and one is of JDU. Now, in our vote vibe survey, when we asked the BJP supporters, do they wish to see Nitish as chief minister, 1/3 said no. They want to see a chief ministerial face from BJP. The second fact, so it wants to keep their core supporters who do not want to see Nitish as CM within the NDA fold. Secondly, is that the Prashant Kishore's party has fielded 87 upper caste candidates. If you announce Nitish Kumar as the CM face of the NDA, then this 1/3 voters or supporters of BJP have an outlet in upper caste candidates who have been fielded by Jansuraj, just like it happened in favor of the LJP in 2020 election. So the BJP is cautious. You have one party which has fielded candidates and is trying to eat into the core upper caste support of the BJP, and you have a sizable section of BJP voter supporters who want to see their own chief minister. So that is why perhaps it is not going ahead with clearly saying that Nitish will be CM just to placate
No,
these
but
two votes.
Amitabh Tiwari, when it comes to anti-incumbency, what we saw in 2020 is not there in 2025. That in 5 years, Nitish Kumar has definitely covered a lot of ground. This time, the women of Bihar are talking about the 10,000 rupees, and that came from the Mukhyamantri Yojana. It was not about any other name. So it was about the Mukhyamantri, and the Mukhyamantri is the chief minister here, and the chief minister is Nitish Kumar. So what is then that the BJP is trying to signal?
See, it's not about anti-incumbency. I mean, if you see, naturally in 2020 there was 15 years of rule of Nitish, and now it is 20 years. The reason is very simple. There are 1/3 voters in BJP who do not want to see Nitish as CM. They want their own CM, especially when BJP's tally is almost twice the number of tally of JDU, and they have almost twice the number of ministers in the cabinet in Bihar. Secondly, there is a Jansuraj party which is trying to eat into this section of voters by sort of softly projecting Prashant Kishore as the chief ministerial face. Thirdly, if you announce Nitish as CM, then clearly there will be a comparison between a 35-year-old Nitish Kumar who can take, 35-year-old Tejasvi who will take Bihar forward, or a 75-year-old Nitish Kumar who will take Bihar forward. So the comparison will start as to Tejasvi is the
The
future.
BJP is trying to avoid a personality contest, but in the personality contest, if it is Tejasvi versus Nitish, how do you see the battle playing?
Well, let me tell you one thing, as you was clearly speaking about the fact that I went in the Siwan region. There is a following, especially in the youth of Tejasvi Yadav. Actually, the youth believe that, yes, he will be able to make a change. People are saying that it's the RJD, maybe not doing so well. People speak about the Jungle Raj. But if you speak about what has happened over the past 20 years, the youth especially, they actually have faith in Tejasvi Yadav. They believe that he's not his father. That's that's what I could feel on the ground very, very clearly. They are saying that, yes, we understand what happened 20 years back. We understand that, yes, there is a Jungle Raj. That's what the older generation also speaks about. But if we speak about personality, he's the younger face. A lot of people actually believe, let's give him a chance. Yes.
And interestingly, Aishwarya, I was in Jahanabad yesterday, and I met someone from the Bhumiyar community, Preeti, who said, a young boy who was working in Maharashtra, who said that I'm looking at Tejasvi favorably in this election because he's someone who spoke about jobs and delivered in those 17 months. So that 17 months delivery is actually working in his advantage.
Well, that 17 months delivery is working in his advantage, but Maria, let's not forget that there is another force that is speaking directly to the young voters and to the youth this election, and that is Prashant Kishore. And where you speak about the upper caste vote and what Amitabh Tiwari also touched on, it's really important because as we are making and covering ground now, we don't know if it will translate, but you do find an echo, especially in the youth where the upper caste is concerned for Prashant Kishore. Now, it translates or doesn't translate, we don't quite know. So that's something that would need to be factored in. Now, this is something that Tejasvi could have benefited of. What is Tejasvi adding to his kitty other than what he had the last time? If there was anti-incumbency, if there were people who were pulling away from the NDA fold, then ideally for Tejasvi to take that count higher and to build on, the promises of that short interim time where he delivered on what he promised, when he was in government. He needed that incremental vote that was coming from the NDA, which would go to him, to add to the tally. But that's not happening right now because a lot of people who are not voting the NDA and voted the NDA, especially the youth, is not saying that we are going to the Mahagathbandhan. They're actually saying that we are going to Prashant Kishore. So does it add anything with Tejasvi, who desperately needs to move beyond that 37, 38%, get one more segment other than the MY community? Because the anti-incumbency vote, I feel, is splitting, which the Mahagathbandhan needs to consolidate behind it.